Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Manaswani and I hope you all are doing great. In today's video, we're going to talk about 2025 planners, and in case you've missed the first part, I'm going to put it up here. You can check that out. In the first part, I've spoken about my preferences and what all I look for in my planner. What you are looking for in your planner can be different from what I'm looking for in mine. So keep that in mind when you watch this video. I'm going to try my best to be as unbiased as possible. I'm also going to try my best to cover as many planners as possible in this video without making it an hour long. So in case I miss out on any planners, I'm open to doing a part 3 for this series. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with the first planner, which is the Simba Lifestyle Planner. I'm going to be checking out all the planners on my iPad and share my screen with you all so that you can check them out with me. I will also put down links to the websites in the description below so that it is more convenient for you. The planner this year retails for rupees 1199, but if you get it right now, you can get it for rupees 999 only, which I think is great for what all they're offering with the planner and in the planner. Now let's see how the planner looks. This is how the cover looks. It says my self growth playlist, and this is as per their theme. Looks very cute, really nice. I also love the creative photography with all the mirror balls and CDs. I actually watched Mridul's video where she explained the theme and what was the thought behind the planner, and I found that very cool. And as someone who's very, who loves music and who is very emotionally connected to music, I would love to use a planner like this. I mean, the thought behind it is outstanding. These are the freebies that you're going to get with it, the notebook, the stickers. Now the stickers are really cute. They are basically all the emojis, but they are very less in quantity, but for the price I think this is also great. Then we have the wall calendar cards. So this is the coolest part about this planner. It's very unique. What they've done is that they've given a song with every monthly divider page. Now for example, the theme for the month of January is reigniting passion and bold beginnings, and with that, they have given an energetic song, Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. And you can just scan this Spotify thing here and you can play it on your phone, which is so cool. I absolutely love it. And I understand that we all have different music tastes, and this may not be the music that you like, but overall just the idea of it is very nice. They can obviously give playlists also if they want, but I'm happy that they've started something new, and I'm sure with years this is only gonna improve. The songs have been added smartly though, because these are popular songs and most of these songs you would know of. Now moving on, after the scannable Spotify codes, we have the yearly spread, basic and simple. Then we have the breast log. Now, this is a page for breast examination, which I think was there last year as well. And in case you don't know how to do a breast examination yourself, you can scan this QR code below and see how it's done. Very thoughtful, really nice. Even last year, I was amazed with the things that they had added to the planner. It's loaded and it has a lot of good stuff in it. Then we have the vision board page. You are not supposed to fill in all these columns. You can just paste your stuff on top of this. These are just gonna act as prompts. So that's also very thoughtful, and I love that she has explained it in her video so that there's no confusion around this. If you're not someone who likes to sit down, cut pictures and make your vision board, and you like writing more, then you can obviously use these boxes and just write down what you want to write. Then we have the flow log. You have your period tracker here, and you also have this page which talks about cycle syncing. Informative, really nice. Then we have the monthly spread, which has ample space to write everything, and there's also a column for priorities, which I really like. Then we have this worry jar. Now this is actually better than a brain dump, because in this worry jar you're not supposed to write pages and pages about stuff. You're just supposed to write that one thing that's worrying you right now, and you're good to go. It's out of your head, but you do not even have to waste time on it by writing paragraphs on it. There are also some adult coloring pages in it. Then we have this mini pocket at the end of the planner. This is their monthly goal setting page: health and fitness, work, academics, fun, adventure, personal, spiritual. I love that they have given different categories. Then on the left side, they have this page. I think it's a daily page with a section for gratitude, notes, to-do lists, and top priorities. This part where they've written, I woke up feeling, is something that I think I would not need in my planner. It's unnecessary. Then there is, don't forget to make time for. This can get overwhelming because they've written everything together: meditation,
Gratitude, spiritual growth, friendships, creating, fitness, hydration, family, alone time, fresh air, cleaning,
rest and relaxation and self-care. Then there is this other column as well. What if I just wanted to get two things done in the day, and when I look at this, I get overwhelmed. कि, "Oh shit, there was so much to do और मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया." So I find this a little unnecessary. Moving on, we have the 25 things to do in 2025. This is basically your 2025 bucket list. And then there is the 2025 timeline. Okay, basically what all you want to get done by which month. Then you have this goal setting page, 2025 goals. Here you write your top 3 goals, top 3 places to visit, new things to try or learn, things to look forward to. Then on the right side, we have this page called Plan Your New Era. I think this is like a manifestation page. What do you look like? How do you treat people around you? So you're basically supposed to fill this up in present tense. It's nice, but it is not something that I would want in my planner. This can get overwhelming. That is why I don't like a lot of prompts going on in my planner. I want it to be very work focused. They have given monthly activities for every month, which is cool. But then there is this goal planner page where you write down your goal, start date, end date, progress bar, 0%, 10%, 25%, jitna bhi you achieved, notes, and then the action steps. Basically, you write your goal and then you write how you executed. What is your plan of action to achieve that goal? It's cool, but the layout overall looks a little too much. If you're a beginner, this can get overwhelming, but if you're used to planning in this particular manner, then I think it's a great addition. You will not have to make these sections yourself. You have it all laid out for you. But this particular spread is definitely not beginner friendly. Then we have the habit tracker and the workout log. It says one day at a time. I like that they've given importance to fitness, because a workout log is something that's going to help all of us. We all should be working out. Then we have the daily pages, and this part is actually ruled, which limits how much you can write here. This could have been blank. I prefer blank spaces for daily pages, but it's okay because they've balanced it out with the to-do list section. Then we have the mid-year review where you reflect on the 6 months that are gone. And on the right, they have given certain things to do to become the best version of yourself in the upcoming 6 months. This is also pretty cool. You're not supposed to do all of it, but in case you're clueless, then this is a good place to start with. Then we have this page which says gentle questions to ask yourself on hard days. So these are journaling prompts. On the right side, there is a brain dump. If you're someone who wants everything in one planner, then this is the planner to go for. They have everything in this planner. You will not need a separate notebook for journaling, a separate one to take care of your health. You can have all of it in one place. Then they have a meal tracker, monthly reflections, and finally to-do list and notes at the end of the planner. There's also a travel planner and packing list. Overall, this is going to be a great planner for you if you're in college and you're looking for an affordable planner which has everything in one place. You will not have to keep separate notebooks for certain things, and you can just have all of it together here in your planner. It looks cute, you can carry it around with you, and it's quirky. All the pages are colorful. It has a lot of activities going on, but it also has some very important spreads. Mental health, fitness, it has got everything covered. And for the price, I think it's absolutely worth it. I do find it pretty similar to the Ikami planner. Both these planners, I think, would fall in the same category for me. The price point is the same, and also the aesthetic looks pretty similar. You can obviously go through both of them and see what will work for you better and then decide. Next up, we have the Tall Elephant Planner. A lot of you wanted me to talk about this planner, so here I am. This is that 2025 journal. It retails for rupees 2,999 but is currently available for rupees 2,399. So this is how the cover looks. It's a very pretty watercolor painting and looks really aesthetic and nice. I love that it is hardbound, looks a very good quality to me. This is how the monthly pages look. They have these very pretty watercolor paintings on them. And as I mentioned last year, these are beautiful paintings that I would love to frame and put up on my wall. But this is not the kind of art that I want in my planner. My preference is different. It's a matter of preference. Moving on, we have a finance tracking page. Now you have ample space for all transactions. There's the savings page, goals and review. They have given a very nice and detailed finance tracking page. Even last year their finance tracking page was very cool. But what I realized in 2024 is that most of our transactions are online. You have them on your laptop and your phone. And to take out your device, check stuff on that and then write it down in your planner is a long process. And most of us end up getting lazy and wasting these spreads. So the best way to track your finances, in my opinion, would be a basic Excel sheet. That's just the way to go. That is what has worked for me this year. So I don't look for a finance tracker in my planner anymore. I'm good to go without it. But if you do want to track everything in a planner and most of your transactions are in cash, then this is a great way to track it. After that, we have the meal tracking page. They have given a painting in the middle where you have this empty space so that it doesn't look odd, which is cool. On the next page, we have a happiness jar, which is so similar to the worry jar in the Simba Lifestyle Planner. But this is basically for gratitude. You write all the good things here, which I think is much better than a brain dump or a worry jar. There is a page dedicated to tracking emotions and what is new today. Then we have a habit tracker and a page to track values. Now, this is again something unnecessary for me. It's not something that I would want in my planner. Plus, if you all noticed, the layout has a lot of grids, and I don't like so many grids everywhere. Then you have the goal tracking page.
It has your health and fitness goals, personal development, finances, career, family and friends, other relationships, spiritual contributions, fun. Okay.
A lot. Again, this is a lot going on. If you want a loaded planner, go for it. But if you're looking for something simple and something to simplify your life, and you're someone who's very busy, you don't have a lot of time, then this is not the planner for you. It's only going to overwhelm you with all the details. Then we have the daily pages, spacious and simple. This is exactly how I like them. Perfect. After the daily pages, we have priority hub. Now, this page, this particular spread has a lot going on. You have your priorities, self, personal, professional. You have 5 good things about yourself, your kind of date plan with yourself, with loved ones. If you're in college and you're building your relationship with yourself, then this particular spread is going to be very useful. It's going to help you get to know yourself better. But if you're someone with a hectic schedule, with a very busy job, then I do not think that it's practically possible to sit down and fill in these boxes. And that is followed by the guilt of not filling the boxes. I don't think you'd want to feel that way because of your planner. Then we have the monthly spread, which is again simple and clean, exactly how I like it. There is also a to do list. Then we have the annual tracker page. Not a spread that I would want in my planner, but the layout is pretty good. So if you look for one in your planner, then this is a great one. After that, we have my movies and my shows list, then my communities and remember passwords page. Okay, so when I was in school, I always had this page at the end of my notebooks where I put my passwords. But I think now that everything is on our phones, we do not really need to have this page in our planner. What you can do is you can just create a note on your phone or have this WhatsApp conversation with yourself where you can write all your passwords. Why will you put in the effort to go get your planner, then go to this page, find the password, and then type it? Why not just take it from your phone only? So this page is again something very unnecessary. Also, the planner does not have any monthly tabs, so it's going to be a task to look for this page. Then we have the annual calendar, things I love about me, a self-love page. This is a monthly recap page, basically where you reflect on the month that's gone. Gratitude pages, and that's all for this planner. The theme for their planner this year is Bridges, which is all about connection with yourself and others. And I think this planner is exactly that. They have executed it so beautifully. So if you are someone who's working on their relationship with themselves or others and you want everything laid down for you, then this is a great planner to go for. But if you're someone who looks for some sort of flexibility in their planner, then this is not the planner for you. It is very to the point. There are sections given for everything, there is space allocated for everything. So, not a lot of customizing can happen. To make sure that you're ready to take up the responsibility of a loaded planner like this, and also go through all the specifications before you buy it because it is a pretty expensive planner. Now, moving on to Odd Giraffe, another brand that a lot of you wanted me to talk about. I love them for giving us so many cover options. There's literally no limit, and you can also customize your planner covers. Something new that I saw on their website this time is the Picture Perfect planner, where you can pick whatever picture you want to be printed on your planner. I think that's going to be very cute. You can pick either the spiral or the hardbound planner. I'm selecting this one, the Picture Perfect planner. The hardbound planner retails for rupees 17.99 and the spiral one for 18.99. Such pretty covers. I love how they've taken care of every aesthetic possible and made a cover for all of us. Starting with their daily pages, they are simple, neat, and spacious. I love how they look. You can do whatever you want to with them. Very flexible. This planner definitely is more work focused because they've given smaller spaces for Saturday and Sunday. Another thing that I love about the Odd Giraffe planner is that these have monthly tabs. So many expensive planners in the market, popular ones, still do not have monthly tabs, but they made sure to give you small monthly tabs. They make the entire experience so much better. Then you have these sticker sheets. The monthly spread is also simple, neat, and has a notes section on the side. There is a simple and minimal habit tracker. Then there is a monthly check in page, basically a monthly reflection page where you write how you're feeling about your goals, what you're proud of, what worked out, what did not, and what will be your next steps. It is simple and to the point. The layout is also very neat and not too much. Then there are notes pages at the end. So this planner has 248 pages of yearly, monthly, and weekly planning. This is the monthly goals page. My top 3 goals, 1, 2, 3. Then there is a to-do list, top priorities, new habits. Very clean, very simple. I do wish there was some sort of art in the page, but it's all right. This also looks pretty good to me. Then there is a spread, feel good goals. Now this is exactly what was in the Simba lifestyle planner, but their layout looked a little more complicated than this one. It is simplified. It says goal and then the steps to get there. This is much simpler and much beginner friendly than that one where you're supposed to mark the percentage of goal achieved as well. The layout also looked very complex. This is simpler and cleaner. They also give a lot of pages for notes, so you will never run out of space. You can obviously customize them and use them however you want to. The size of the planner is A5 though. It is very compact, easy to carry. I have used their wellness planner in the past and I loved using it every single day. Out of all the planners that I've spoken about till now, even from the first part, I think this is the one that I would love to use. It has everything. It has monthly tabs. It is for 1700 rupees. The covers are beautiful. There are so many options. They can be customized. The layout is simple, neat, but it's good looking. It does not look complicated like a workbook or scary. And I think it's just the perfect planner. You get some sticker sheets along with it. I do wish there were more sticker sheets or maybe a sticker book that came along with this, but I'm very happy with how they've done this planner. 10 on 10. Next up, we have planners by Happy Wagon. They have dated and undated planners. And apart from having their own covers for planners, they also collaborate with artists and they have certain planners that are designed by those artists themselves. Let's first start with the basic Happy Wagon planner. I'm picking the hardbound one. This one says Lucky Me, such a cute cover. Okay, this planner belongs to, then there is this the journey is yours page. I think this is your vision board page. They've also given stickers on the right side. Then you have the 2025 calendar, holidays list, media tracker. Okay, so this media tracker is basically to keep track of your favorite movies, podcasts, and music all in one place. So instead of giving separate lists for movies, shows, podcasts, and all of that, they have given this one page for all of it. Great, they've only simplified the entire thing. And then there is a books to read page. After this, you have the 2025 goal setting page and income and expenses page. The income and expenses page does not have enough space and I think it's unnecessary. After that, we have the monthly divider pages. The art is so quirky this time. The entire layout of the planner actually is very different. If you go through my last video and see how that planner was last year, it was very minimal and simple from the inside. Very similar to the ink bucket planners. But this time it's very quirky and full of color, looks really bright and nice. This is the monthly goal setting page. So they've only written January on top and then given you a dotted grid on the entire page. This I like because if you all remember, the Alicia Souza planners also have a very similar layout for the monthly goal setting page. They give you the name of the month and then you have this entire dotted grid on the page. If you don't know how they look like, then check out my December reset video. You can see the planner setup there. They give you so much flexibility. You can do whatever you want to with that page. If you want to see how that page can be used in different ways, then you can check out all my reset videos from 2024. Even last year, every month I have tried doing something different with that page, and I love the creative freedom that I get when I have a page like this. So this is also pretty cool. If you don't like the font of January, you can just cover it up and write your own. Then we have the monthly appointments calendar. What they've done is with their appointments calendar, they have added monthly goals at the bottom. So if you write your monthly goals here, you can actually utilize the space on the last last page for something else as well. Next, we have the meal planner. I don't like the amount of space that has been wasted in the meal planner. I really like the meal planning page in the Ink Bucket planner this time, though. They have given enough space to write all your meals. Anyway, moving on, we have the habit tracker, days to remember, important tasks, and then the daily pages. Okay, the daily pages also have enough space. You also have extra space at the bottom, and on the right, you have a list where you can write down your to do list or your priorities. There is also a weekly goals section at the end, which I absolutely love. If you're new to my channel and don't know, then let me tell you that in my planner setups every month, what I've been doing for the last few months is that the leftover space जो बचा होता है end में after all the 7 days, I make that my weekly goals page, and it has been working really well for me. And I like that this planner already has it. Then we have the notes pages, then more monthly spreads. They've shown all the monthly dividers actually. They look cute, they're all very quirky this time. Some bookmarks at the end, and that is it for the Happy Wagon planner. The planner this time is very quirky, looks nice to me, has some fun activities, but it is very balanced. There are not a lot of prompts, and it's a very nice beginner friendly planner. Now let's check out this other planner on their website by Kelly Ray Roberts. She's the artist who has designed it, and I really like the cover. It says wild and free and has this really beautiful butterfly illustration on top. I love the color scheme. I love how the florals have been done. It looks so pretty. It also has this gold elastic, which I love. Let's see how it is from the inside. There is a pocket at the back. You get bookmarks, and the Viro is also golden color. You have the page where you write your name, the annual calendars, and then the daily pages, which are spacious, simple, and have a nice, subtle patterned background. And then you have a monthly reflections page. Okay, what would you like to gently release and let go from last month? And after this, you have some notes pages. Okay, so that's all for this planner. It's a pretty simple planner. You get the daily pages, you get the end of month reflection, ki how your month went and everything, and you get some notes pages. That's all for this planner. If I was a beginner today and I had to pick a planner for myself, I would pick this planner because it's simple. I love the color scheme of this planner. The neutral colors look so beautiful. Art on top of it is unique. It looks really nice. And it has this clean layout which will never feel too overwhelming. Absolutely love this planner. It retails for rupees 1299, but they currently have a buy one get one offer. So I think you can get a calendar or even a planner when you buy this one free. Now, this is a great deal. Now, moving on to the next set of planners, we have the 7mm's annual undated planners. And if you all remember from last year, I was this close to getting their undated planner over a dated planner. But I did not because undated planners are not for me. I am just not able to keep up with undated planners. I get lazy and I stop using them and I waste them. But anyway, let's see how their planners are this time. The covers again this year look very pretty. This first one, the pink one, looks very nice to me. And the last one actually looks very inspired by the Ink Bucket planner from last year or maybe 2023. The color scheme is the same, the florals, and even the art on the inside looks very similar to Vidhi's painting style. This planner retails for rupees 1899. The cover looks very beautiful to me. It starts with reflection, looking back at the year that's gone and looking forward to the year that's coming. Then we have the goal setting pages for the year, and I do not like how space has been wasted here. They could just give simple boxes and more space to write. Then we have the yearly financial planning page. Good space has been given. The layout is also pretty good.
Something new in this time's planner is this self-care cheat sheet. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go through this cheat sheet, and on the right side you're gonna write acts of self-care that you'll do once a day, once a week, once a year, and once a month. Then we have a milestones achieved page. You write the date and the event. So this is like a gratitude page. This is a good way to look at the good things happening in your life. Then we have this bucket list sort of a page where you write places to travel to, things to listen to, occasions to celebrate, things to make, people to meet, outdoor activities to try, and more categories.
This is again everything compiled together. Your books, shows, movies, travel plans, everything in one place.
Then we have the year at a glance page. This is exactly how In Bucket's last year's year at a glance page looked. The same layout, the same border. After that, they've shared some monthly divider pages that look really cool to me.
So some of the months have activities and others just have some good art. Love them. I love them. They all look so beautiful. This one says list things that you have today that were once a distant goal or a dream. This spread looks so beautiful. And then at the end, you have some sticker sheets. This is how the monthly spread looks. You have the habit tracker along with the monthly spread. Great. There is also a note section and a don't forget section. It's colorful, it's nice, but it still looks very neat. Then we have the weekly planning page. Top 3 priorities, intention of the week, habits, notes, that's all. Then the daily pages have a lot of space. You get half a sheet for one day, and I think that's more than enough space. And at the end of the week, you have weekly reflections. So this planner has weekly planning days and weekly reflection pages separately. There are no monthly planning pages. You just get the appointment calendar along with the habit tracker. They also have a little video of their planner on their website, and the planner does look very good quality to me. Overall, it's a very well balanced, good quality, undated planner. If you think you're not someone who can take care of a dated planner and update it every single day, then this is a great option to go for. The quality looks very good. It is pretty aesthetic. They have some really pretty cover options to pick from. I would not say that it is the most beginner friendly planner ever, because the weekly goal setting and weekly reflections together can feel a little too much, but it is a good planner. It's not too complex. Moving on, we have the undated planner by the Pico shop. I have it physically as well because Hemant and also my brother, both of them used their planner last year. And both of them had a good time using it. And what I loved about this planner is the really good quality. The way it is made, the way the pages feel, it feels very premium. And if I was getting an undated planner for myself, this would be at the top of my list. It retails for rupees 1899 but is currently available for rupees 1599. I love the cover options. I think they have 4 of them, and let's check out this one. It is called Floral Day. The cover says grow with the flow. You get 4 sticker sheets with the planner, which has 275 plus stickers. All the stickers are very cute, by the way. I have that journal that I use the entire year, and the stickers are really nice. The size of these stickers is perfect. They fit in all the planner's grids, and that's something really thoughtful. This is the yearly goal setting page, and see how flexible it is. They have given you this column to write whatever sort of goals you want to write. They have not laid them out for you, and this is the best thing ever. You can choose whatever categories you want to write and whatever goals you want to set. You will not get overwhelmed by multiple categories already laid down for you. Then we have a letter to yourself. Basically, write a letter to yourself and open it at the end of the year. Very wholesome. Then we have the dream board, which is basically the vision board. Then you have a spread which is specifically for your career goals for the year. Very nice. It says 4 things I want to learn from my place of work, 2 changes I can make at my place of work, 3 changes to make for building my dream career. Lovely. I love what they've done. And they've also given you this extra section at the end which says free thoughts. You write whatever you want. This is like a brain dump basically. You have a page for personal goals. Here you write whatever your personal goals are. Amazing. So I think these 2 categories are the categories that will work for everyone. Then you have a page that is dedicated to your mental health, a page for yearly reminders, and a page for your free thoughts. Then you have a tracker for the year and the monthly divider page. The monthly divider pages are colorful and can be used as wall art later because they don't have the month written on them because it's an undated planner. They're all very cute. Then we have the monthly goal setting page. Here you write the plan for the month and the due date. It's very simply laid out. You can write whatever you want to. Then you have the reflections for the month. So monthly goal setting and monthly reflections. I like that the monthly reflections page is not too much. It just has 3 categories. I'm proud of myself for, I'm grateful for, and it could get better. Then you have this free thoughts section. I love that they've given this free thoughts section everywhere in the planner. This is how the monthly appointments calendar looks like. It's simple and neat, love it, with a notes column at the right side. There is also a page for mental health and also a page for finances. Now, again, I don't think the page for finances is enough, unnecessary. And even for the mental health page, I what I would recommend is if you're even if you're getting this planner or any other planner for that matter, the Pico shop has this journal which is called You Can't Heal What You Don't Feel. This journal has been such an important part of my 2024. It's a really nice journal. It has blank pages inside, but in the beginning they have certain prompts for different kind of emotions. If you're angry, you go to the anger page and you see what all the prompts are. You pick any one of them and then you write in your journal. I love the concept, I love the thought behind it, and it is definitely a product that you should check out. It's gonna be a great pick for everyone, no matter what's your age, what's your profession. You can just pick it up blindly, even if you're a beginner. Anyway, coming back to the planner, then we have the daily pages. You get a lot of space for each day, half the sheet for one day, which is more than enough. There is also a water intake tracker and a meal tracker. This is much better than a meal planning page जिसमें एक ही पेज में सब कुछ फिल करना होता है. यहाँ पे you have sufficient space. You can plan एक एक दिन करके, and I think this is much better than those meal planning pages that don't give you enough space. They have given a smaller section for Saturdays and Sundays. This is a more work focused planner. It's great for people who are working, great for people who are going to college. I think this planner is going to work for everyone. And then finally, we have the weekly reflections page, which is blank, and I absolutely love it. There are no prompts. You can write whatever you want to. This is the cover again, which looks so pretty from the back, from the front. And we have notes pages at the end. You have dotted ones and blank ones. Out of all the planners that I've spoken about till now, I think this is going to be the best undated planner. Except the finance tracker, I don't like that. But otherwise, it's a really good planner. The paper quality is very good. It looks like a very good quality planner. It's compact in size, it's easy to carry, and I think this ticks all the boxes for me. It is also on a discount currently, so you get it for a good price. I do have a discount code for the Pico shop, so you all can use my code to get an additional discount. And this video, by the way, is not sponsored at all. No part of this video is sponsored. In today's video, my plan was to cover 10 planners together, but I think that will not be possible because it's already a very long video. So there is one last planner that I want to talk about today, and it is by Culp. A lot of you messaged me about this planner. I was not even aware of the brand, but I checked them out and I do have some thoughts. It says 365 days of life. It's cute. This planner retails for rupees 2999 but is currently available for 1600 rupees. That's a good discount. The cover looks pretty. It looks sturdy. It's a hardbound planner. You also get some freebies with this. You get a sticker book which has more than 450 stickers. That's cool. You get two posters, you get a magnetic bookmark, a pocket diary, an activity book, and also an eco friendly pen. I won't lie, the freebies are pretty tempting, but the layout from the inside is very simple. It is actually black and white from the inside. You have the annual calendar. On the next page, you have a Save-O-Meter challenge, which is basically to help you save more money. It's like a fun challenge. And the mission is to save 50,000 rupees in a year. You basically store this cash and save this money. It's different. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Was this necessary? I don't know. Then we have the habit tracker, and I think we just saw a habit tracker in the same design. Now, moving on to the daily pages, this planner has one whole page dedicated to one day where you can write your mood for the day, what you're grateful for, your top tasks, reminders, notes, all of this. The layout is very similar to that of a daily planner. So, this is basically a dated daily planner. So, every daily page has a very cute comic on the right corner at the bottom. The monthly spread is given in one page, which I think reduces your writing space. It could be spread out into two pages. That's something that I am used to. If this works for you, then it's great. There's also a letter to your future self, a scribble page. I love scribble pages, they're so important. And that's it for this planner. That's literally it. So basically, you have the monthly spread, you have a habit tracker, you have the daily pages. That is what this planner is about. It's minimal, it's to the point, it's nice. The only thing that I'm not sure about in this Culp planner is the quality of the pages. They have not mentioned the quality of the pages. They have only written that the paper is premium and it's a no bleed paper. But if you zoom in and look closely, then you can actually see through the paper. The paper looks very thin to me. पीछे का पूरा print is visible on this sheet, which I'm not sure of. And if the pages are this thin, then I'm certain that this planner is not for me. So in case you're planning to buy this planner, then make sure you message the brand or email them or something and first ask them about the quality of paper, because this looks very thin to me. And if I'm paying rupees 3000 for a planner, I expect better quality paper. Those were all the planners for today. I obviously wanted to talk about more planners, the Supple Room, Life Aroma, Art Loom, Factor Notes, and so many more. But I really could not fit them in today's video. Let me know in the comments if you really want me to make a third part of this series. I would love to. I know there are so many new planner brands in the market and it can get very overwhelming to pick one planner for the upcoming year. I have already picked my planner, but I'm still so double-minded about it. I see all these new planners and I start reconsidering my decision. So I'm open to doing a third part of this series for you all. I hope you all enjoyed watching today's video and it helped you out in some way. Tell me in the comments which planner are you planning to buy, and if you've already purchased your planner, then do tell all of us how are you liking it. I'm sure your comment is gonna help a lot of us out. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed watching, then do like this video. It will mean a lot to me. And if you're new to my channel, then do hit the subscribe button. I'm sure you're not gonna regret it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.